Here is your AI briefing for July 21st, 2026 with 12 stories. Story 1. Here are the 30,000 songs Sony is suing Udio's AI music generator over. Sony Music sued Udio in New York over alleged infringement of 30,000 songs including tracks by Elvis, Beyonce, and Harry Styles, arguing Udio's AI training and outputs replicate copyrighted works. The lawsuit specifically targets Udio's model training process, claiming it ingests copyrighted lyrics and melodies without authorization. This legal action threatens to restrict how AI companies utilize existing music catalogs for generative model development. Sony's 30,000-song lawsuit is a theatrical bludgeon. Udio wins by forcing a costly legal precedent, while users get collateral damage from overzealous copyright enforcement. Story 2. I put ChatGPT to the test after a new study revealed how AI tricks our brains. After a new study, the author tests ChatGPT and finds it changes how people answer, shifting them from admitting "I don't know" toward confident but unverified responses when AI is available. The study demonstrates that AI availability reduces user skepticism, leading to higher acceptance of hallucinated information. This shift compromises critical decision-making in professional environments where verification is standard practice. ChatGPT doesn't just answer. It gaslights you into confidence, turning "I don't know" into hallucinated certainty and eroding your critical thinking with every query. Story 3. NVIDIA is building the world's first national AI. Japan's Frontier project could be the next big step for Japan's government, Noetra Corp., and NVIDIA are jointly developing the Frontier National AI to deliver physical AI and anchor a nationwide ecosystem beyond today's isolated models. The initiative integrates NVIDIA hardware to create a nationwide physical AI ecosystem, moving beyond isolated models. Japan's national AI project cements NVIDIA's hardware monopoly, proving sovereign AI still depends entirely on Silicon Valley's proprietary infrastructure. Story 4. AI Mom Marketing: How Automation Scales Outdated Stereotypes. A study-like scenario shows generative AI generating mother personas and running automated targeting campaigns that replicate stereotypes, risking wider harms as automation increases reach and reduces human oversight. Automated campaigns exploit psychological vulnerabilities to boost engagement metrics, directly reinforcing gender biases at scale. AI automates misogyny with algorithmic precision, letting brands monetize lazy stereotypes while dodging the human oversight required to actually understand their customers. Story 5. Google developing Gemini-specific chip called Frozen V2. Google is reportedly building the internally dubbed Frozen V2 to boost Gemini inference efficiency 6 to 10 per watt versus current TPUs, enabling more tokens with less power. This specialized silicon targets the high inference costs of large language models by optimizing for the specific computational patterns of the Gemini architecture. The move reduces reliance on general-purpose TPUs, potentially lowering operational expenses for enterprise cloud deployments. Frozen V2 optimizes inference efficiency, but Google's relentless hardware race ensures competitors are always playing catch-up rather than innovating. Story 6. BigData.com launches the tokenization of content, precision grounding that cuts AI token consumption by up to 100. Ravenpack and BigData.com rolled out token-based content licensing across 170-plus providers, letting AI agents retrieve only answer-carrying tokens and cut inference token use by up to 100 via precision, cited grounding. The system enables AI agents to retrieve only answer-carrying tokens, significantly reducing inference token usage by up to 100 times. This precision grounding lowers operational costs for enterprises deploying large language models across vast content libraries. Ravenpack's 100x reduction claims are likely marketing hyperbole for better caching. Paying per token for grounded content still bloats inference costs. Story 7. Microsoft will deploy AMD's Helios rack-scale AI accelerator at scale on Azure Radeon Instinct MI455XA. Microsoft will roll out AMD Helios rack-scale AI accelerators on Azure using Radeon Instinct MI455X, expanding Redmond's internal and Azure customer capacity with higher rack-level AI compute. The integration utilizes AMD's custom packaging to achieve unprecedented power density within standard Azure data center racks. Microsoft finally sheds its NVIDIA dependency. But rack-scale AI accelerators mean higher energy bills and cooling demands for Azure data centers. Story 8. Import AI 465, Open versus Closed Gaps, Kimi K3, Demis's Big Policy Plan. UK AI Security Institute reports the open-closed gap on cyber capability is shrinking, while Kimi K3 and Demis's policy plan aim to accelerate safer, more transparent frontier model adoption. The Institute's data reveals that open-source models now match proprietary systems in defensive cyber operations, forcing regulators to rethink classification thresholds. This parity accelerates demand for standardized safety benchmarks across commercial AI deployments. UK AIS's claim that open models are catching up on cybersecurity is likely marketing fluff. Closed weights still hold the encryption keys and the kill switch. Story 9. 1Password lets Claude inside your accounts without handing over the keys. 1Password added a mode where Claude can sign into websites for you without sharing passwords or one-time codes. But protection stops once the AI starts acting in your account. The agent executes actions directly within the user's authenticated session, creating a significant security vulnerability if the AI misinterprets instructions. This exposure means any malicious intent or hallucination results in immediate, irreversible account compromise without traditional MFA safeguards. 1Password acts as a digital accomplice, handing the keys to Claude while stripping away the vault's protection once the AI starts acting, not just looking. Story 10. AI is more likely than humans to form biases when hiring. Researchers test how AI RSUM screening can amplify hiring bias, showing models may internalize skew even beyond inherited data, raising fairness risk before humans review applicants. The study reveals that algorithmic decisions often persist even after human review, creating systemic exclusion. Companies face increased liability and reputational damage from deploying unvetted screening tools. LLMs don't just inherit bias, they amplify it by optimizing for patterns in skewed data, making algorithmic hiring a high-speed fairness nightmare rather than an objective filter. Story 11. Alibaba's Qwen 3.8 Max follows Kimi K3 release. Another Chinese challenge to Fable 5? Alibaba launched Qwen 3.8 Max with 2.4 trillion parameters, positioning it as China's next frontier model after Kimi K3, trailing only Anthropic's Fable 5 in scale. Alibaba's release utilizes a 2.4 trillion parameter architecture to directly challenge Anthropic's dominant market position. This scale positions the model as a critical infrastructure component for domestic enterprise AI adoption in China. When 3.8 Max's 2.4 trillion parameters prove scale isn't scarce, the real test is inference cost versus actual utility against Fable 5. Story 12. The FCC is planning to retroactively ban disguised DJI gadgets. The FCC plans to use its new retroactive import ban authority against DJI front companies, targeting allegedly disguised drone-related gadgets that were previously approved, with enforcement after FDA-style market entry timelines. The FCC's new rule allows the agency to penalize entities that bypass existing sanctions by altering product identifiers. This enforcement mechanism aims to close loopholes used by Chinese drone manufacturers to evade U.S. restrictions. The FCC's retroactive ban on disguised DJI gadgets is bureaucratic theater. Enforcement will be messy, but it effectively criminalizes standard hardware resale without fixing supply chain opacity. That is the briefing for today.